Let's face it, the online marketplace for ELT and ESL freelancers is incredibly crowded. So we really do need to step up and stand out. In this video, I'm going to help you understand why this can be so hard at times and give you some practical tips to help you start to feel more comfortable being visible online. My name is Rachel Roberts. I help ELT and ESL freelancers work out the best way to use their talents so they can earn more and work less. Stay to the end for the most surprising reason why you might be holding yourself back from becoming visible online. The ELT freelance clients I work with know that it's important to become more visible online. If no one knows that you or your offer exists, then that's potentially going to severely limit your earning potential. Even if you're getting clients through word of mouth, they're not necessarily exactly the right clients or the clients who are in a position to appreciate what you specifically can offer and pay well for that. But knowing it's important and even having strategies for building an audience is not the same thing as actually doing it. All too often, it's our mindset that gets in the way, even more than our business know-how. So here are 5 mindset related issues that could be getting in the way of you making your business the success that it ought to be. 1, lack of confidence. One story that many people tell themselves about confidence goes something like this. Well, when I've done this, then I'll feel confident enough too. So they take more and more courses, they learn more and more, and yet they still never have that confidence to put their learning into action. Now, I'm a big believer in lifelong learning, and for sure we can always learn more and improve. But those people nevertheless have this the wrong way round. You don't build the confidence first and then do the thing. You build the confidence through doing the thing. By all means, start small if you need to. I'm not actually a big believer in pushing yourself madly out of your comfort zone. If you go too far with this, then it's likely that it's going to boomerang back on you and you're going to end up feeling less confident than you were in the first place. However, that's not the same thing as saying that you should always stay totally in your nice, safe, warm cave. It's more a question of gradually stretching your comfort zone by taking steps which feel uncomfortable, but which don't make you feel like you're going to die. So decide on a first step that makes you feel uncomfortable enough. Take that step, and that in itself will start building your confidence to take the next step and the next step. And before you know it, you'll be doing things that you would never have imagined you would be comfortable doing or that you would have the confidence to do. It's also a great idea to keep a file with things that can help to restore your confidence when you're feeling a bit wobbly. This might be a digital file or a cardboard one. You might put in some good feedback, some testimonials, a record of when you've done something and it actually went pretty well. And then you can go back and look at these at those times when you need that extra boost of confidence. Do any of you already do something like this? Have you found that it's helped you? Let us know in the comments. 2, imposter syndrome. This is related to confidence, but it's also slightly different. Imposter syndrome is a psychological pattern where people doubt their abilities and achievements, even in the face of evidence to the contrary. The first thing to say is that everybody doubts themselves at some time, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, those people who never have those moments of doubt are actually often the people who are the least competent. And imposter syndrome may sound like some terrible disease, but it's not actually a syndrome at all. It's not a medical thing. It's a response to pressures from society. It's a reaction to feeling uncomfortable and out of your comfort zone, and it's much more common amongst marginalised groups. And what does that tell you? That psychologically your brain is telling you, based on everything that you've picked up around you from society, that you don't quite belong in this place, that only people who are less marginalised should be in this place. So it's a sociological construct. And if we want more diversity, then we do have to come up against that and deal with the uncomfortable feelings that it might bring up in us. We can recognize what's happening, why we're getting those uncomfortable feelings, and then decide that we're going to do the thing anyway. That can be hard, of course, so get yourself some support. Come and join my membership, the Confident ELT Freelancer Collective, and get yourself some cheerleaders. 3, fear of criticism. When you put yourself out there on the internet, you are opening yourself up for other people to see what you're doing and potentially to criticize you. You can feel, why on earth would I put myself in the spotlight like that and give people that opportunity to criticize me? It is scary. And I'll admit, when I see dislikes on my videos or even sometimes get a negative comment, I don't like it. But, and this is a big but, what about all the people who do like your videos and who are gaining things from seeing the content that you're putting out, and who may be, as a result, attracted to come and work with you and get those results that they've been looking for, perhaps for a long time? If you don't put yourself out there because a tiny minority might not like what you're doing, possibly for reasons that actually have nothing to do with you, then aren't you doing a massive disservice to all those other people who could be benefiting from what you're doing? It can really help to reframe getting visible as not so much about having a spotlight on you, but you putting a spotlight onto those areas where you're helping other people to understand something better, to develop strategies, and to get the help that they need. And of course, sometimes criticism can be helpful. It can be a gift. If you're getting any light bulb moments from this video so far, make sure to hit subscribe. 4, perfectionism. Everything we've talked about so far is just a variation on that theme that we may be making ourselves vulnerable by putting ourselves out there. And perfectionism is no different. People who are perfectionists may feel that they have to have everything perfect before they take that risk of putting something out there. This can lead to procrastination and to avoiding taking action at all. Now again, we obviously don't want to put out rubbish, but striving for perfection is often, as Voltaire said, the enemy of the good. In other words, by striving for perfection, we don't put out what would actually be good content that would help people and that would enable us to get more clients of the kind that we're really looking for. To overcome perfectionism, we need to embrace the concept of done is better than perfect. We need to focus on progress rather than on some end goal of perfection that might never actually exist. And we need to be willing to put our work out there, even if it's not perfect. Remember that you can always make adjustments and improvements as you go along. And if you're a teacher or a coach, it may be worth thinking about the kind of role model that you are for your students or clients. Would you tell your students not to try speaking English until they were 100% sure that they weren't going to make any kind of mistake? Probably not, because that's not how we learn languages. And in fact, it's not how we learn anything. So do you practice what you preach when it comes to taking the risk of maybe making a mistake or not doing something perfectly? Let me know in the comments. 5, final one. And as I said, this may surprise you. 5 is fear of success. Now, you may think that this doesn't apply to you or that it's even a bit ridiculous. Why would anybody be frightened of success? But this is something that I see all the time with my clients, and I've certainly experienced it myself. Success can bring about new challenges or responsibilities, and this can be overwhelming. There may be a sense of, well, it's all downhill from here then. Or people may worry that they've now set up high expectations that they might struggle to reach. People may also worry that success might change their lives in ways they're not prepared for. And there can be some truth in this. Sometimes it's only when you're successful that you really do find out who your friends are. And sometimes people liked you better when they felt they were more successful than you. Like any kind of fear, the answer is never to just ignore it or deny that it's happening. The more that we can be aware of these subconscious mindset blocks, the less they're actually going to get in our way. So for example, I quite often get a kind of fear of success backlash when something in my business goes well. I'm aware of this now and I notice it happening, that I start to feel a bit wobbly or think, oh, perhaps everything's now going to go wrong, etc. Because I'm aware of this, I don't take any actions based on those feelings, because I know that within a day or two, I'll have got used to my new normal and it will feel okay and safe again. I may also need to take some more practical steps. If there's increased admin as a result of this success, for example, then maybe I need to get in some help with that to stop it tripping me up. So making yourself visible online can absolutely be challenging, not just in terms of the practical steps to take, but dealing with the mindset issues that can come up as a result. For more help with both mindset and business strategy, join my amazing membership, the Confident ELT Freelancer Collective. Watch the next video coming up on your screen to find out more about how to identify and change mindset blocks around money.